Welcome to the SwimSwam podcast. I'm your host, Coleman Hodges. Joining me today is Mallory Comerford. Mallory, how are you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be a part of this.
Let's get right into it. How long have you been swimming?
I started swimming when I was 7. My older brother swam. He's 2 years older than I am. And then my mom also swam in college. So that's kind of how I got into it and started my beginnings of swimming.
Yeah. Where'd your mom swim in college?
She swam at a small D3 school, actually where I'm from. It's called Kalamazoo College. So she grew up swimming, swam all 4 years. So she loved it, wanted us to get involved.
Did you ever have any other sports that you wanted to do as a youngin?
Yeah, so I actually played quite a few different sports growing up. I played soccer, I played softball, I did ballet for, when I was really young, volleyball and track. I actually ran track until after my freshman year of high school. So that's actually one thing I kind of wish I would have kept doing is just some different sports, just because, I don't know, it's fun to do other things. I enjoy being outside and being active. So that was fun. I remember vividly having a conversation with my mom my freshman year. I really wanted to play volleyball, and volleyball and swimming were in the same season. She's like, "You're not playing volleyball. You're not good enough at it. Like, you're way better at swimming." And I mean, I knew she was right, but I was like, I want to play volleyball. Everyone, like, volleyball is the much more like social sport. But she convinced me to swim.
What had you played volleyball before that?
Yeah, I played until 8th grade, and then so going into high school, I was like, oh, I want to play high school volleyball, but you can't. It's the same season as swimming or high school swimming. So.
Yeah. Were you bitter about that at all?
Definitely at first, I was like, oh, I don't want to do this. Like, because, I had that time. So in Michigan, you can't do club swimming and high school swimming at the same time, or at least at my high school, you couldn't. I think other places you can. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, I'm going to be away from my club coach anyway, so I might as well play volleyball. My club coach was like, no. So I was definitely bitter at first, but I actually liked high school swimming a lot and had a lot of fun. So definitely don't regret it. I think I would have had fun doing either of them.
Yeah. What do you remember about that first season of high school swimming?
It was definitely really different. So there was like a team from my school, and that's where I started swimming. So my high school had like a kind of summer league team. I don't know what to call it. It's not USA Swimming, but it's just like, okay. It's a club. And so I hadn't swam on that club since I was 9. I switched to my USA Swimming team. So I hadn't swam with those people in a really long time. So I was like a little nervous for that, and how different like the coaches were. Their coaching styles were very different. So I was nervous for that, but I actually really loved it. I had a ton of fun. Some of my best friends still to this day are from high school swimming. The girls that I talk to from home still are from my high school swim team. And I think that's always what I loved about swimming, is being able to have those friends and make those friends and be social with them.
Yeah. What do you have, one or two good high school swimming stories that you could share with us?
Well, actually, I didn't swim all 4 years of high school. I only swam 2. I hurt my shoulder, and then I decided not to. But we used to do this like scavenger hunt thing, and we would drive around cars. And I'm from a really pretty small town, and so we would just drive around our town and try to find all these things. So I don't remember exactly what it was, but I do remember having really good memories from that, and just being on an all-girls team is something really fun, and I haven't been on an all-girls team since then. I definitely like being on a combined team, but I think being on an all-girls team just brings a different atmosphere and a really positive environment that's really empowering and a lot of fun.
Yeah. So you swam freshman, sophomore year of high school, and
Yeah,
then
so I did freshman, sophomore year, and then I hurt my shoulder. Decided I actually took like 2 or 3 months off of swimming, and it just lined up at that time. Like it wasn't like high school season was then,
Mhm.
and it just lined up kind of perfectly for me to take a break. But then my junior year, I just swam with my club coach, and then same with my senior year. I don't necessarily regret it that I decided just to do club. I think it was the best decision for me at that point. I definitely missed like being a part of that team.
Mhm. So your junior year, kind of maybe after you got into that shoulder injury, how did you see swimming as a part of your life? Did you think you would go on to swim in college? Was that still kind of just more of a for fun thing? I think you kind of develop in high school is where a lot of people develop that, oh, I'm a swimmer
Yeah,
mindset.
definitely. I definitely knew I wanted to swim in college. I think really from my freshman year, I was like, this is what I want to do. I didn't know exactly how it all worked or where I would go. You obviously have those like schools that are so good and you see all these swimmers come from.
Hmm.
But I didn't really know a ton. But by my junior year, I definitely knew like I wanted to swim in college, and I was really frustrated with swimming at that point, just because like my shoulder and just things weren't going. I hadn't really got that much faster. I swam really well my freshman and sophomore year, and then my junior year it kind of plateaued. And so I really was excited for something new, excited for college swimming, excited to move on to my next chapter of swimming and continue to develop through that. So definitely knew like I was a swimmer. That's what I was good at. That's what I wanted to do.
So did you ever, during that period when you were, that plateau, would you say you were ever considered like just stopping altogether, or you said you were frustrated, but how did you kind of work through that?
I don't think I ever considered stopping altogether, but I just remember days like I would come home and just cry and be really frustrated. My mom. I was also like some points I was training with my older brother, which we get along great now. But I think there were a lot of times where he really pushed my buttons and knew exactly how to push my buttons. And we'd be in the same lane together at practice, and I'd just be having a bad day or my shoulder would be hurting. And then he would say something that would just push me over the edge. And I just remember getting so upset or just kind of like losing my cool. I don't tend to lose my cool a lot. I'm pretty go with the flow. And I would just lose it. I would cry or just I wouldn't ever scream at anyone else. I would just scream at him and be like, "Oh my gosh, I can't stand you! Like, get away from me!" And now we get along just fine. It was just like we were training together. I was probably closer to him than he liked, but it was good. We trained well for the most part together. But there were moments earlier in my career when I was younger. I was like, "Oh, I want to quit." But at that point, I knew what I wanted to do, and I was determined to get to college and kind of make it through all of that.
Yeah. Okay, so older brother, how much older is he than you?
He's 2 years older than me, so I guess that was more my sophomore year when things.
Yeah.
Well, he swam in college for 2 years, so like going into my junior year when my shoulder was like happening, he was
Mhm.
like getting ready to go to college, and so
Okay.
we were still training together, and it was just yeah, not great. He only swam for 2 years in school. And I remember after I like beat all his times, like from college and high school, he like texted me. He's like, "You're officially faster than me and everything." I was like, "That's right."
Was that a goal? Was that something you
I
guys
never really
discussed?
thought about it. I didn't like. I knew his times. He swam more distance, mile, 1,000, which
Hmm.
I can swim, but never really focused on.
Hmm.
And so, I mean, definitely something you think about us like siblings, have that rivalry. But we never really in college never competed against each other or any of that.
Yeah. So I have an older brother who's 2 years older, and we grew up swimming together. And I know for me, when he left for college, that was a super hard transition for me. With
Yeah.
your junior year, you had the shoulder injury, you were a little frustrated with swimming, and you have your brother leave. Was that a hard transition for you?
Yeah, I think it was really hard actually, and I didn't. I don't think I like to admit that like then. So my club team was super small. We trained at a Y, like the local Y. We had 6 lanes, 25 yards, no blocks, nothing. And so most of the kids I was training with were either like way younger than me, or the guys that I would be training with, they would leave for high school season. And so sometimes I was just like kind of alone. My brother didn't swim high school, so he was always there. Like when all the other boys left, he was there. And
Mhm.
so I think it was definitely hard. And I think he was a leader on our team too. Like just his presence, he really just kind of brought a different leadership. He's not like super outgoing or anything, but just him being there and kind of leading the team. And he had a really good relationship with my coach. And so that just fostered a positive environment. So it was definitely hard. There were more kids that switched over to our team towards the end of my career, which helped a lot. And some of the younger boys got really good. So that was made it easier to train with them. But definitely by the end of my senior year, I was ready for something new. I love my club team. I'm really thankful for where my coach got me. I was just ready for something a little bit bigger, and definitely more people to train with and a better pool to train in. So
Yeah. So take us through, once you started the recruiting process, take us through that.
So honestly, I had really no idea what I was doing because my older brother, he swam at Grand Valley State. It's Division II, and he didn't really go through the recruiting process. He like him and like my parents, didn't know what they were doing, and he just like kind of chose a school and went there and figured it out. And it ended up
Yeah.
being great for him. It was a great school. So when it started with me, like I was in a different position, had more schools reaching out. So we didn't really know what we were doing. So my mom's just like, talk to everyone. Let's schedule visits. Like, let's go here. So my sophomore year spring break, we went on a road trip and I did a bunch of unofficial visits. It was my mom and I and my 2 little brothers in the car, which was interesting. But the first school we went to was Louisville, and I think it was just meant to be. And everywhere else past that, I just was comparing back to U of L. I loved it. I got to tour the campus and meet some of the girls, and I just loved everything about it. And after that, we went to Tennessee, Alabama, Florida State, and I loved all those schools too. They were great. Coaches were great. Campus was great. But there was just something like I would always be like, well, Louisville had this. Like, do you have this? So that's kind of how it started. And then I also visited Wisconsin and Penn State at different times. We
Okay.
drove to all of them, which was always fun. But I mean, it was
Yeah.
so cool to see all these schools and all the things that they were doing. And
Mhm.
they all were super great and gave me super awesome opportunities. And then my official visits, I went to Louisville first again, loved it, fell in love with it even more, got to see more of it up close and personal, see what it's really like to go to school here, talk to the girls more, talk to the guys more. It was my 17th birthday, and they like surprised me with a cake, and just very thoughtful and very just like a special place. And so after that, I knew that's where I wanted to go. I knew that's really what I loved. And I remember driving home with my mom being like, Mom, I want to there. And she's like, I know, but like, I think you need to go on another visit just to make sure, like, I want you to not limit your thought process. And so I went to the University of Alabama after, and I had a blast to the Florida-Alabama football game, still one of the coolest football games. Had a ton of fun. The team was great. There was just something that was missing. like, I think I would have done well there and would have had a great time. I just knew Louisville. And so after that, I committed and started my journey as a Cardinal.
Yeah. So let's skip right to it. Tell us about your freshman year. Obviously, another big transition for anyone going through that, leaving home, living on your own. How would you describe your freshman year?
So actually, I decided to go to school early because I had never trained long course. I was ready to start something new. I was definitely ready to move on kind of from my club team. And so I decided to go to school early. I graduated high school early in March. And so I had 3 months off before I started school in June here. And honestly, I think it's one of the best decisions I've ever made. I was able to just really connect with the coaches and get to know the coaches on a level without all the other freshmen there. Like Zach Harding and I were there together, and we were the only freshmen there. And so basically the whole team just took us under their wings and just kind of showed us around because, the freshmen weren't freshmen anymore. Like there were freshmen on campus. And so it was a great, great experience. And I think that truly helped me through my freshman year. I took a class. I lived off campus actually because the dorms weren't open, or they were open. It was just way cheaper to live off campus. I lived with 2 of the girls on the team. They had no idea how to cook. Like I was trying to make taco salad one night and I had to call my mom because I didn't know how to make taco meat. She like tells all her friends, like, Mom, that's embarrassing that you told them that I didn't know how to do that.
I told you this in confidence.
Yes. And I like came home later that summer and they're like, oh, I heard you learned how to cook. And I was like, actually, no, not really, but I know how to make taco meat now. But it was just great. Like I made really close friends, got really close with the team, got to go. So in high school, I never really traveled out of the state for meets. I had been to sectionals in Indianapolis and NCSAs in Orlando, but those were the only meets I really ever traveled to. So I got to travel to meets, swim against world-class swimmers. I got to go to my first nationals. I made my first Olympic trials cut. It was honestly a great summer and just so much learning and opportunity for me to just soak it all in and grow. And then starting my freshman year, I felt like I was just ahead of it. Like I knew how to lift. Like I went through the training block 0 that everybody goes through. I was ahead of the curve a little bit and just more comfortable. Had the connection relationships with the coaches that allowed me to communicate with them. They kind of understood me more as a swimmer, so they were able to adjust and kind of go through that whole freshman year. So my freshman year, it was great. School wasn't too hard for me. I enjoyed it. There were definitely times where I was like, this is a lot more like exam week. I would have like, all the exams are on the same day or something. And you're just like, oh my gosh, your brain is exploding. And then there were times I probably skipped class too much and that didn't work out well for me. I mean, it worked out fine, but now I like look back and I'm like, well, I definitely could have gone way better in that class if I would have gone to class instead of just, doing who knows what.
Instead of just not.
Yeah. So after that first year, I told myself, like, you can't skip class anymore. Like, even though you don't have to go, you should go. So yeah, definitely a learning curve. But I definitely had I think a successful freshman year, learned a ton, got to go to NCAAs, just see what the team is all about, what college swimming is all about.
Yeah. I want to pull out a few different things there. So you went to summer nationals before your freshman year officially started. San Antonio, right?
Yes.
Tell us about that experience. Your first senior nationals. I mean, I remember that meet vividly because of Phelps.
Yes.
What do you remember about that meet?
I always said every summer, like, why isn't there a meet at San Antonio? Why is there not? Like, I love the pool. It's absolutely beautiful. It's hot. I had so much fun. I had never been in an environment like that. We probably had 25 kids there. And so it's just really cool to see that team environment. I had never really, I mean, we had been to summer meets, but never like a taper meet together. And so being able to watch all those swims and then watch Phelps, watch just people I can learn so much from, honestly, and race against them. I got fifth, I think, in 100 freestyle. And like, I was shocked. Like, I had no idea what I was doing. I was just like, kind of just going for it. And I think that's why I swam out so well, because I really had nothing to lose. I was just like, okay, I'm just going to go swim. Like, I don't know what's going on, but it's okay.
Yeah.
So just being able to have that experience in such a cool place. I mean, there were nights when Phelps was swimming, it was just so packed. Like, the stands were completely full. And it was just really cool to watch that and be a part of that and enjoy it with my team.
Definitely. Yeah. All right. So freshman year, let's go to your first conference meet. What was ACCs like?
ACCs was fun. It was definitely, again, like, kind of like, didn't know what to expect. Obviously, the upperclassmen kind of tell you, coaches kind of prepare you. I knew that I'd be racing Leah Smith, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm racing Leah. And this is before I know her. Like, now we're great friends, and this is like before I know her. I was like, okay, like, you can do this. And I had swam really well at SMU early in the year, so I like kind of knew like my short course times, where to be at. And then I raced really well. I won the 200 free that year, and I think I like beat Leah, and I was like terrified. I was like, oh my god, like, I just beat Leah, like, and then so I think just like learning how to swim in that environment, it's definitely different than, same with NCAAs. I think they're very similar. Like, there's so many races, not as many as NCAAs, but relays and prelims, finals, just, and the energy is so high, it's exhausting, and you don't realize how exhausting it is. So just learning how to do that, but definitely an environment that I miss. I think that's NCAAs and ACCs are the two meets that I know I'll miss throughout my college career, just because they are so special, and the team and aspect of it, and watching everyone compete for the title is just so much fun, and being a part of it is even better.
Yeah. So I mean, so it seems your freshman year seems like it went pretty well. Those 3 months certainly very helpful. I feel like I've heard a lot of people say that has really aided them if they chose to go that route. What would you say maybe a low point was for you throughout your college career?
I think like my lowest, well, I guess there's probably two. After 2016 trials, I actually swam really well, and I don't really know why. I was like I had really high expectations of myself. I think that's just how I am as a person. I was really disappointed with how I swam. I went best times in almost everything, so I really didn't have that much to be disappointed about. I just knew I was capable of more and at a better spot than I showed. So kind of after that, it was just tough. I was super excited for my teammates that made Rio, Kelsey, and all of them. And so one of the girls that my training partner, Andrea Kneppers, she was a senior when I was a freshman. We trained together, and she made the Olympic team for the Netherlands. And so after trials, Arthur kind of pulled us all aside, and like people who didn't make trials, he asked if we would train with the Rio group on like a different schedule so they could get adjusted to the time zone. I was like, yeah, of course, like this sounds great. And I think it was kind of tough on me just because like I was away from the rest of the team. I was training for nationals, but like it wasn't that exciting, like they're training for the Olympics, and I was so excited for them. But it was just like kind of tough. We were swimming, I think our practice went to like 10:30 p.m. or something. Like we were swimming like at 11 in the morning to 11 to 1, and then again at like 8 or something. Okay. And I was doing it with my roommate too. Like she was training with Tanya, and so we were just like on this like completely opposite schedule, and it's just kind of tough, like disappointed with our trials. We were going to nationals in Minnesota, and I was disappointed, and I think it was a tough summer, but it really showed me like what I wanted. Like it really lit that fire. Like I saw them doing that, and I was like, I want to be there. Like this is what I want. This is what I know I can do.
Oh, let me pause real quick. So I vividly remember at some point in the next 12 months after that, an interview with Arthur where he got asked about this and kind of how you reacted to trials. And he was like, oh, she was heartbroken. And, coming as like you had just trained long course for the first time ever in your life, the summer before. And then you come into this Olympic trials and you obviously have huge expectations. Where do you think that leap of like first long course meet or first long course nationals to I'm going to make the Olympic team? I know you kind of said that's how I am as a person, but I want to dive a little bit deeper. Just kind of where do you think that came from?
Yeah, I don't think I necessarily was like, oh, I'm going to make the Olympic team. I knew there was like a 1% chance, like pretty much no way I was going to make it. I think I was more disappointed with like the way I swam and like the way I executed things and kind of like that. Like my 200 free, I remember like I'd been going 2 double O's all year. I hadn't broken 2 double O, and like I was going my best times like every time I was swimming. Just because I think I had never really swam long course. And then at trials, I went 159. I was just like, what the heck? Like, I know I can go be so much better and just kind of race so much better to get in there and compete. So I think that's why I was more disappointed, not because I didn't make it. I wasn't expecting to make it. I just think I was disappointed with like I knew I had learned so much and put so much work into these specific things, and it just kind of didn't show exactly. And I had never been to a meet like that. Like, I don't think people realize it's like how much pressure there is, even when you like really don't have a chance of making it. That gets in like the environment is like none other. Oh, internet's unstable. Oh, it went away. Okay.
Cool.
But I don't think like going into that meet, I realized like everything that was like gonna happen, like the whole production of it all, like the ready room. Like I had never been in that environment ever. So it was definitely a great learning tool and definitely a fuel to my fire, and just gained so much knowledge from the whole experience.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you haven't been to an Olympic trials as a spectator, it's even hard. I mean, you can cut the tension with a knife in that stadium. It's unlike anything else I've ever experienced. And again, as an observer, I can't imagine as a swimmer what it's like. But okay. So second, you said there were 2.
Yeah. And then, after 2018 Pan Pacs, I didn't swim very well. I think I just had a tough summer. I was tired and just really at a low point. I was going into my senior year, just kind of down on myself, not really like super excited about swimming, getting back to school. So we were in Japan, which I really struggled eating there. I really just struggled kind of with the whole environment. I actually swam better at Pan Pacs than I did at nationals in Irvine, which a lot of people didn't. So I was happy with that. I just, again, like I had one of the best summers I had ever had, and just didn't show and was really disappointed. And I came back directly from Pan Pacs to school. School was just about to start. I was a captain. I was supposed to be leading captain's practices, and like mentally I was just like needed this break, needed like just time to myself, and not like definitely a little selfish, but I just needed a time to like reset. And so I was just didn't really give myself that time to reset. And I think it really just put me in a negative place. And there were probably like 3 or 4 weeks where I was just really down and not myself and not enjoying swimming. I didn't really want to go back. I didn't really want to go to school. Like I just wanted to hang out and kind of be like a normal college student. And I sat down with Stephanie, my coach, and we just had to talk. And I was just like very honest about where I was at. And it was very different being a senior on the team and being a captain. Like I felt like I had to be on all the time, and I wasn't mentally at the point where I could be on all the time. Mm-hmm. And it was just exhausting me. And I was just like honest with her. And it was a really good conversation. And I definitely just needed some time to figure things out. And after that, like I was a lot better and have been much better, much more positive since then. But definitely it took a toll on me, and just again motivated me, just made me realize that I do need to be aware of like my mental health, and just kind of I tend to hold everything in, even when I'm upset or go through anything. And so I didn't really know how to like express that I was struggling or why I was struggling. And so I think I needed to like realize that and talk to somebody about that.
Yeah. I mean, I think you hear this from swimmers all the time, right? It's like that month of August at some point, I feel like it's crucial to get some time to yourself, time away from swimming, take a break. I mean, anyone who swims knows it's a grind. I mean, it is exhausting.
Yeah, definitely. And I think since then I've like realized, like last summer I took a week and a half off just to go home. I went on a vacation with my family. Just got nothing crazy. We just from home, I'm like 2 hours from Chicago. We went to Chicago. We went to a Cubs game, like just enjoying time with them, and just realizing like how important that is. And it's really hard for me to get home. So being able to have that is really crucial for me, because I am really close with my family and I'm away from them all the time. And for me, that's just like a perfect reset opportunity, is to be around them and get a little bit of relaxing. And
yeah. So we got the low points. Let's get the high points. High points of your college career. Do you have 2 or 3 highlights from your college career?
Yeah, definitely 2017 when I tied Katie Ledecky in the 2 free. I think that was like a very monumental point in my career. Just kind of like, I knew like what I was capable of and what I had been training for all year, like the swim I had been training for. Mm-hmm. And I think for me to like put it, like actually do it, and under those circumstances, racing Katie and Simone and all the best college world swimmers, honestly, and being able to like finally like put it together. And I was definitely surprised, but not surprised by like the way I swam the race or really my like time, because that's exactly what I had been training for. So I think it just kind of gave me that confidence, like I can compete, I can race, like I know how to do this. And mm-hmm. as long as I'm training and trusting my training, and being able to do that, all my parents were there, my family was there, being able to just embrace my team afterwards, that was really, really special moment for me, one that I will never, ever forget.
So if I remember correctly, I think Simone led that race until the 175, and then Katie started coming out, and then so you and Katie tied, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. And I don't think you were in it till the last 5 yards, like in it to win it till the last 5 yards.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I think it was like going into the like coming out of the last turn, like I had a really good wall, mm-hmm. and that's kind of like when I started moving forward.
Do you remember that race at all?
I honestly had no idea. Like I knew I was like in the race, but I had no idea where I was at. Like no clue exactly where I was at. When I'm racing, like, yeah, sometimes I'm looking, but for the most part, I'm just kind of, especially then, like just focusing on my own race, because I knew that's what I had to do. And so I like knew remotely where everybody was, like, kind of, and I was just like, I need to hit this wall because that's my strength. Like, one of my strengths is my walls, and just hit this wall and put my head down, and it'll go how it goes.
And it did. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Well,
what a race.
honestly, like, when I looked up, like, I saw the one, and then, like, I was looking at everything else, and I saw the other one. I was like, what just happened? Like, no way. And
Yeah.
so it's just like a surreal, unreal moment. Yeah. So that's definitely one. Um, Again, in 2017, when I got to go to World Championships in Budapest, the whole training camp was a highlight in Croatia. Absolutely beautiful, so much fun. My first really big Team USA experience. But leading off the 4 free relay, um, that we broke, or I think we broke the American record. I know I broke, that was like my first American record, leading that off. And then we had beat the Australians for the first time in a long time. So that's definitely a highlight. That whole meet was a highlight for me. Definitely one of my favorites. Such a cool city. Such a cool meet. But that relay was really special and something I'll always remember. Like, just super, super cool. So fun, and being able to do it with, I love Realize, being able to do it with those girls is just even better. And then my senior year, NCAAs, I think, is a highlight too, getting 4th place with the team. That was always our goal, was to get a trophy, every single year I was on the team. And we finally did it. And just being able to go out like that for Louisville, for everyone that had come before me and set up the team after me, like, that was a really, really special meet. I didn't go, I won a best time in the 50, but I didn't swim like anything crazy at that meet. I swam well, but it was all about the team race, all about doing it for the team, and that's really all that mattered. And I think that's when you swim the best, is when you're doing it for something bigger than you are.
Yeah. What do you know what places Louisville had gotten before that? Like all 4 of your years?
Yeah, my freshman year we got 8th, and then, well, the year before that they had gotten 6th, which was the highest they had ever gotten.
Okay.
And then we got 8th, and then we got 6th again my sophomore year.
Mm-hmm.
My junior year we got 5th, and then we got 4th.
Wow. So, yeah. So that the climb had happened.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
seriously, what a way to really cap it off.
Yeah, it was amazing, and definitely something I'll never forget. Just all of that whole meet. Me and Alina, the other senior, we shared all 4 NCAAs together, and just kind of doing that as our last hurrah was really cool.
Yeah. And so then you become a professional. And so share a little about what that experience has been like for you so far.
Yeah, so far it's been really great. I think at first it was a little overwhelming. I think after NCAAs, just trying to kind of deal with more of like the business side of things, doing like a suit contract and finding or getting an agent, deciding if you're gonna have an agent or not. That was a little overwhelming, trying to figure that out. But once that was done, like, it's been great. Really not that much has changed. I definitely have a little more free reign on what I do. I definitely still practice the same. The coaches expect me to do like the same practices. But for example, this past year, on Friday afternoons, I would go to cycle bar instead of like do a certain part of practice. So just because like my coaches know that dryland works for me, spinning works for me. And so they're like, now that you're a professional and have the means to do this, and like the rest of the, like if you, like the rest of the team doesn't have to do this, like go ahead and do that. Being able to do ISL was so much fun, and just I think being able to like connect with more of the pros, and kind of we're living more similar lives than like college swimming. So that's been a lot of fun, and traveling to the meets together, and it's been great. I love it. I love that I get to say that it's my job, because it's not really a job. Like absolutely love what I'm doing. And I just get to do it every single day. So,
Yeah. What were a few takeaways from ISL for you?
um, it definitely was hard for me because Arthur and Stephanie kind of made us swim through it all. So there were some meets that were like college dual meets that I was like, well, I'm drowning in a suit in front of everyone, but it's okay. I think for me, it was really great because in college swimming, you're racing all the time. You're in dual meets. And so just being able to have that transition, my first year being a pro, it wasn't really like that different. We were traveling a little bit more, like we went to Italy, so it's a longer travel, but just being able to race still and keep fresh on my racing and race the world's best swimmers. It's just like, even if I wasn't swimming great, like it was an opportunity to learn from the best people in the world. And I think that's so valuable and can improve anyone so much. We have so much to learn from everyone around us. And so that was great. Italy was a blast. One of my favorite countries I've been to. We walked to get like pizza every night, and just such a different vibe. I think than a lot of the other meets. Not quite as serious. It was serious, but people were there to have fun and compete and just enjoy the opportunity to race. And it was all about racing. Like it was like just stand up and go and do what you can. So I loved it. I loved my team, and I loved being able to get to know everyone on such a different level. Like a lot of those people I was friends with or like knew, but now I'm really good friends with and really enjoy swimming with them.
Yeah. Is, having the Louisville coaches for the past 4 or 5 years, being on a team like that, I don't know. I know that it's not as coaching heavy, but
Yeah.
did you get any coaching perspectives that, that are different from your usual circle that stuck with you?
Yeah, definitely when I was struggling a lot, like Coach Troy would be like, Mal, you're doing this. And I think he just has like a fresh set of eyes watching me swim.
Mm-hmm.
My coaches watch me swim every day, so they may not see it the way he does. Or same with all the other coaches. He's like, you're really dropping your elbow here. Try this drill. So it wasn't like really coaching heavy, but just like a different set of eyes watching you, which is always super helpful, and maybe catches something that you really weren't thinking about beforehand.
Yeah. So let's get to the here and now. We're in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. What were your reactions to, when this lockdown first started, when, when trials and the Olympics were postponed? How did you kind of handle all that news?
At first, I was really bummed. I really knew it was coming. People were like, no way, like, no way. And eventually everyone got to like, no, they need to be postponed. Like, we need them to be postponed. But at first I was really bummed, and I didn't really know how to express that because I felt kind of guilty because people were dying and people were not healthy, and my family was safe and healthy, and everyone I loved like was healthy. And so I finally came to the realization that my feelings, like, it's okay to feel them. So I was really bummed, but then I like started to realize like, one, like, okay, now trials are next year. So how do I get better? Like, I can't just sit here and be upset about this. Like, I need to find a way to get better. And then also I was planning on swimming past 2020. My plan was to go to 2024 or just like however long I can swim. I mean, I really love it. So I was like, it's really not that big of a deal. Yeah, it's another Olympic year, Olympic mentality, but really doesn't change my plan for this year that much at all. So once I accepted that and just kind of realized that, I was like, it's okay. I think the hardest part, it was not being able to swim because it is my like stress reliever. It is my way of exercising and socializing with the team. And so I think going through all that stress and not having swimming kind of created more stress a little bit at first, but definitely adapted as it went on.
So how did you adapt? What were you doing to
Yeah.
stay busy during your time out of the pool?
Yeah. So I luckily have a super nice garage gym set up. We have a treadmill, Peloton, barbell, weights, punching bag. And so I have all this stuff and just started working out really all the time. Pelotoning. There was a group of us that were doing Peloton classes together from across the country, which were really great, really hard because you can like see what they're doing. And so it's like an actual swim race. You're like competing against them, and when you're just trying to like get a practice in, but it's just like all out the whole time. But so fun. I really like the Peloton app, was doing dance classes and just trying kind of like keep it creative. I like dryland and try to do as much dryland as I can when I have time when I'm swimming, because I do think it makes me feel good about myself and just makes me fit. So I have really enjoyed that part of quarantine. Like, I really enjoyed working out. I really enjoyed trying new things and trying different ways of staying in shape. So that was fun. What else did I do? I tried to be outside as much as possible. For me, like there were some days obviously that are harder than others, just like any other day, any other week. So like the days where it was like really rainy and kind of gross, I really struggled just because stuck inside, just can't really go anywhere, not seeing my team. And so those days were really tough, but I just tried to really get through them and then be outside, honestly, as much as possible. Walk my dog, just sit out on the patio and just hang out. I mean, at first I was trying not to watch Netflix because I was like, I need to do something. I can't just like sit here, and that kind of went down the drain after a few weeks. But yeah, I mean, I'm still working out here at home in my gym. Now I'm swimming, but still working out here. I can go to the gym now too. I like my little setup and what I have going on here.
I feel like gym memberships are going to go down a lot after this.
Yeah, I think they're like at a really high point right now. My boyfriend actually owns a gym, and they had like 80 new members join the first week they opened,
wow.
which is great for them. But they're like doing a month by month membership instead of a full year.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like, yeah, they probably won't all stay, but they're coming for now.
Yeah, definitely. So did you pick up any new hobbies? I know people, had puzzles. Obviously you have all the TV shows you can watch, but is there anything you picked up that you actually, might continue to do in the future that you found helpful?
Yeah, I learned how to golf. I used to I kind of played golf, not really, when I was younger. My brothers played, and so like I had a golf club, one singular golf club. And so I've learned how to play golf, and I actually really enjoy it. I'm taking golf lessons right now. Since I'm only practicing once a day, I have so really all this time. So I'm taking with my friend Katie. She doesn't know how to golf either. Well, she's taken lessons before, but never actually played. So I've been playing, and it's actually been a lot of fun. I'm getting better, but I just enjoy like being outside. It's such like a peaceful thing, and it really tests me mentally, like in a different way than swimming. So that's been a lot of fun. But other than that, not really. I've gone like 4 or 5 times, I think. So it's been fun to do that and just something different.
Yeah, definitely. Any highlight shows that you would recommend our listeners?
Oh gosh. What have I watched so much? Waco, the documentary, that was pretty good.
Okay.
I watched, I can't even think.
Have you seen Cheer?
Cheer?
Cheer.
Oh,
yeah.
Cheer. No, I haven't. I know I need to watch it because one of the guys is from Louisville, right?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So everyone's like, "Oh, you have to watch it." Like, what have we watched? Money Heist.
Okay.
Watch Outer Banks. Money Heist is really good. People say to watch it in Spanish and not in English, but we watched it in English with. So I watched I can't even think of I honestly was not watching, and then all of a sudden I just like started watching all of these shows, and I couldn't stop. And I've been better lately. There was like a day. It's a little inappropriate for most people, but it's called Normal People on Hulu. It's like
Okay.
a Irish show. It's pretty good. I watched that in a day, which was embarrassing
Oh
because I was like,
wow.
I haven't moved from the couch. I should go do something. Um, yeah. Oh, and I watched the Jeffrey Epstein documentary,
Hmm.
and then watched a few other documentaries too. I don't know. I'm all over the board. I
Yeah,
don't like scary things at all. I don't do scary movies or
I'm the
scary
same.
horror. So everything's I can do like pretty serious like things like if it's like talking about a murder, not like enact like showing it all.
Sure.
That's so I listen to a lot of I went down to Florida, and
Mhm.
so I listened to a lot of true crime podcasts, which are super interesting.
Nice.
So I enjoy doing that. It was like a 14-hour drive, so we probably listened to like 8 hour and a half episodes
Oh wow. Yeah.
and just pass the time. It's helpful.
Nice. I saw a picture from that trip. You caught a huge fish.
Yeah.
So yeah, tell me a little bit about this trip because it looked pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
So Clark, my boyfriend, and I went down to Florida. His parents have a place down in West Palm, and we just decided to go just to get away for a little bit. Wanted to drive just to stay away from airports, you know.
Hmm.
Everything had been opening back up in Florida, and so we were like, okay, like let's go. And one of the days originally we brought our bikes down and we were gonna go ride. We wanted to go down to Key West, and they have like a 100-mile path, and we wanted to do like a 50-mile ride and just go see Key West.
Hmm.
Everyone says it's like super cool, but luckily we found out that it was not open to the public at that point yet, and so we're like, okay, we should find something to do, and we found this fishing charter. I had never been on a fishing charter. He had, and so we like show up. This guy's super cool. They took us out right off of like 1 mile off of shore, like right in front of Trump has a place down there. It's like a mile off, like these insane houses, like unbelievable how big these houses are.
Uh-huh.
Um, so like that's what we're looking at on shore, and just like beautiful day on the ocean. And we go out, and like within 20 minutes there were all these like little sardines jumping out of the water for bait, and they were like the guys running the charter like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen this in 5 years, like I've never seen this happen. They were like, this is going to be a great day, like this is going to be insane. And so they like spent some time catching the bait because they were like, we might as well get more bait while we're here.
Hmm.
um, and then basically as soon as the line went out, we just started catching fish. Like, and it's so hard. It's such a workout. I mean, I've fished before, but never like that. And it's so tiring there. I mean, we caught almost 30 fish, I think.
Holy
The
moly.
one I'm sure was like, it was like 3/4. Um, just like crazy. And we caught sailfish, caught king mackerel, um, and tuna and grouper and one other. It was super cool. I highly suggest trying it. Um, Clark said that was like the best one he had ever been on, but it was a lot of fun, and we were out from 6 a.m. until like 3 p.m. So it
Wow.
was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, but I got also while we were there, I got to swim because the pools were open, so that was like my first like swimming
Ooh.
experience, and so that was really good too.
So what was it like getting back, your first time back in the water? What was it like?
It was just felt good. Like I think mentally, my body definitely felt off, weird, but I think I was just more focused on like, wow, I miss this. Like I love this. I was swimming outside in like the Florida sun, so it was even better. I was like, oh, this is perfect. So definitely, so we were in Florida, and then basically when we got back, I started swimming again. And so I'm getting back in shape slowly but surely. But yeah, it was just, I think, mentally like a relief, like thank goodness we're kind of back to normal, or a little bit.
Yeah. Has there been anything that surprised you since getting back in the water? Like, are you more out of shape than you would have expected, less out of shape? Do you feel stronger in different ways than you remember before we had to stop swimming?
I think I definitely my legs got a lot stronger, because I mean, everything you're doing outside of the pool is really, there's nothing like swimming on your arms, I mean, you can do things with your arms, but nothing simulates 2.5 hours of being in the pool and just pulling your body through the pool.
Yeah.
I definitely think my legs got stronger, which is good for me. I think I'm less out of shape than I thought. I'm definitely not like anything crazy, but last week was our second week back, and Saturday I had a really good practice. Like, I was not going fast at all, but just consistent, and just felt like I was actually pulling water and connected in the water. So that's good, and I think we're moving in the right direction. It's been tough. Like, today we did like this kick set, and it's basically all fast. I mean, fast is relative, but just all fast effort. And
Yeah.
I think the surprising thing to me is like how high my heart rate's gotten. Last Thursday we had this set, and my heart rate, usually I can keep it down pretty well. Like, and just, it was like, I think it was like a 2,400 yard set. And so like half of it, or 3/4 of it, was just like threshold, hold your pace. And then the rest was fast. And usually I'm really good at keeping my heart rate down. Like, I know exactly what I need to go. And my heart rate was like through the roof before we started. And like, I was like, I'm not even going fast. Like, I'm going so slow. And so I think just listening to my body and understanding like, okay, you're fine. Like, you're just going through relearning kind of how to do it. And you haven't been through this simulation in a few months. So, but I've enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun to be back, and be back with everyone, I think, is the best part.
Absolutely. That makes sense. I can't wait to be back with everyone again.
Yeah.
Just in a normal setting.
Well, we're actually not even back. So with everyone. So there's a group of 6 of us pros that are training at Blairwood, the pool, outdoor pool. And then the U of L kids are actually able to swim at U of L.
Okay.
And so post-grads aren't allowed to be back, which it's tough, but like, I totally understand, like, we're not the priority, as we shouldn't be the priority. Like, they're the ones going to school, representing the school. So I'm excited for the moment we can go back all together, which I don't think is going to happen all summer, but that's okay. We have a good setup, and there's still 6 of us that we're training together, and it's a lot of fun, and we're just so thankful to be back.
Yeah. Well, Mallory, any closing thoughts before we tune out here?
No, thank you for having me. I appreciate you talking to me. I'm excited to hopefully see you sometime soon at a meet. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Oh my God. Yeah, seriously.
And see everyone at meets. But no, all we can do is stay positive and just enjoy where we're at. So yeah, thank you again.
Agreed. And yeah, thank you for taking the time to talk to me. I really appreciate it.
Hey, do you love SwimSwam as much as I do? Do you want hours of endless practice footage, race video, and a guide to the best pancakeries in the country? Then subscribe to our YouTube channel below. And follow us on social media at SwimSwam News on Twitter and Instagram. If we get 1 million followers, I might just eat 1 million pancakes. Only one way to find out.